All right, welcome. So today I'm going to be looking at the principal parts of the guitar and the different finger names that guitar players use when they're learning guitar. At the end of the lesson today, you'll have a much better idea of how the guitar is built and what the purpose is of each part of the guitar. First off, we have the tuning keys up at the top here, which are used to tune the guitar. You want to be careful when you turn these tuning keys because as you tighten it, it tightens the string, and if the string gets too tight too quickly, it can actually break the string. On most guitars, these tuning pegs are a lot more sensitive than you might think, so I recommend just using very small turns to get started. The tuning keys are attached to the headstock, which is this slightly wider section up here. And the headstock is normally where you can tell what the brand of the guitar is, who built it. Just below the headstock, we have this little white piece of plastic. It's just called the nut, which at one point would have been made with ivory or some kind of bone. And just above that is the world's smallest guitar. That brings us, after the 0 fret, we come to the 1st fret. So all of these metal lines that you see going across the guitar actually come up off of the neck just a little bit, and they allow you to play different notes on the guitar. So unlike a violin that has no frets, the guitar has these frets to assist you, so when you hold a fret down, the note is sure to be completely in tune. So whether I play up here or down here, it's always going to be in tune because it's not actually my finger that's holding the note down, it's my fingers pressing the string behind the fret, and then the string is vibrating on the other side of my finger, on the side of where my right hand is strumming. So next up is the fretboard, which is where all of those frets live, which are on the neck of the guitar. So the neck of the guitar is the thing that looks like the big neck that comes off of the body of the guitar. So the fingerboard is where you play all of the notes. This is like the piano keys of the guitar. Most necks are made from one piece of wood, and they kind of have a curved look to them. And they're curved to allow your thumb to easily move around the back behind the neck. As your fingers play on the fingerboard on top, your thumb should be able to stay mobile. The neck meets the body of the guitar here, and the body of the guitar is kind of the meat of the resonating sound that you hear when you hear a guitar. The whole instrument actually vibrates, and you'll notice that when people mic a guitar, often you won't see them just putting the microphone where the sound hole is. You'll see them miking maybe down here, or maybe the string vibrations up here. But the body of the guitar and the type of wood, especially that the guitar top, which is the front of the guitar body, is made out of, is very important to the sound of the guitar. On the back and sides, that kind of works as the amplifier casing. So the whole thing vibrates and it sends sound out through the whole guitar, but the sound hole helps direct that sound out of the guitar. So you have the 6 strings that are attached to the tuning pegs, and they come all the way to the bottom here. And right here we have what's called the bridge. The bridge of the guitar is where the strings attach to the body, and this little white piece here is called the saddle. And just like the nut effectively starts the sound, the saddle is where the strings are stopped making sound down at the bottom there. First string. Sixth string. Let's see, we've got the sound hole, we've got the pick guard. The pick guard is, you'll see it much more frequently on guitars like steel string guitars like this one is, or electric guitars where players use picks because the picks can over time really scratch into the guitars. I have a friend that has an actual hole. I have multiple friends that have holes in their guitars from strumming and jamming out on acoustic guitars for many years. I think that about wraps up the parts of the main guitar. Next up, I want to talk about the right hand finger names. On the right hand of guitar, because the guitar was originally invented in Spain, they used Spanish words to name the fingers. Those fingers are as follows. Your thumb is listed as a P on most guitar music, and it stands for pulgar, which means thumb in Spanish. Your index finger is called indicio in Spanish, and it is labeled in guitar sheet music as an I. Your middle finger was in Spanish named medio, and it's for your middle finger, and so you will see an M listed on the music if there's guides. And then finally, you have A for annular, which is ring finger in Spanish. You very rarely use that pinky finger on your right hand when playing guitar, so they don't even have a name for that one. The only time that you would really regularly use that pinky finger usually is if you're playing like a 5-finger chord and you want to pluck all of 5 strings at the same time. But in a lot of cases, you might even strum that, but that is one instance where you might use your pinky. So we've got P, I, M, A, and that's for your right hand, which is the plucking hand on the guitar. On the left hand, we have fingers 1, 2, 3, 4. So you would think that your thumb would be number 1, but because the thumb is supposed to be busy behind the neck supporting the other fingers, in guitar music, when you see a 1, they actually mean your index or pointer finger. A 2 is your middle finger, a 3 is your ring finger on your left hand, and a 4 is your pinky finger. That wraps up the acoustic guitar, the classical and electric construction. There's a few small differences you'll see on each of those other guitars, namely on classical guitar. You won't see a pickguard very much because those are meant to be played with your fingers, unless it's a flamenco guitar, which is a lot more strumming, which you sometimes will see a pickguard on flamenco guitars. Also, electric guitars, of course, they have a lot more electronics built in. They have tone knobs, volume knobs, sometimes whammy bars, and you can switch between the different pickups on the electric guitars. Thanks for learning about the principal parts of the guitar, also learning about the finger names with me today. My name is Will. If you liked the video, I would love for you to subscribe and like and follow me on different social media platforms. I hope you come back soon and have a great day.